What's up guys, welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to be walking you through exactly how I was able to make 4.4k on NQ today, using a few different strategies in one. So ICC, CCT as well as Powell strategy all in one trade. So I basically want to break it down to you what it looks like. As you can see here, what I did to begin with is I marked the high and low of the midnight session GMT. If I do change, just give me a second. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, reset chart view, you can see that I marked it out right here as well. So of course this is like this is from the past day, but from here you have the high, and you have the low as well, which was here. And then of course, like I said, marked everything out clearly. As you can see, is the opening low. Monday opening low. This one was the Monday opening high, and I marked everything out directly on the chart. Then once I did that, I started looking for where my entry would be. Like I said, it did come quite well in that sense. So this was the Monday low, and it tapped into it. So now what I want you to see, and I want you to understand what I look for as well. Um, Start new. So go right here. So what I was looking for, ignore this, but what I was looking for is basically some sort of like resistance or some sort of the attraction to the point of interest, right? As you know, in ICC and CCT, that's what we focus on. We focus on the point of interest. So if you can see right here, if we play it right here, you know, we have it going towards the point of interest, and here, that is the key right here. That right there was the key, and I call this like the upside down hammer. I'm sure it probably has its own sort of name. I call it the upside down hammer. Once you see the upside down hammer, you're basically good to go. Now, it's not always the case, of course, but to me, you're good to go. We go into the point of interest. We have the upside down hammer, which creates a rejection block, which is used in Powell's strategy as well, the rejection block. So I basically incorporated that as well. So I use this as a rejection block too. And then once the candle here closed, I then used that to enter, and you'll see what the trade looked like. It was pretty good, you know. Very, very tight stop as well. I believe this is like a 5 hour trade. Very tight stop. I risked about 900 on the trade to make the 4.4k, which was crazy. And as you can see, it actually spiked back up, because at this point, like the midsection, what I always do is I step my stops to break even. Um, but like I said, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out myself in terms of this strategy, just to leave it at a point of interest, because here I could have been wicked out badly. I think I even got wicked out from the point of interest. So ideally, in an ideal world, because I wasn't trying to risk too much, ideally in an ideal world, this is what you want this setup to look like, basically. 2 to 6 or 1 to 2, but you give yourself enough room above, basically above the rejection block. So if there's any sort of manipulation, it can still come down to, you know, to where you're meant to be if it rejects this point of interest. As you can see, perfectly rejects this point of interest directly, and it rejects the order, the rejection block too, perfectly. So even if you're in this trade and you had your stops, most people, like I said, will go into break even so they don't lose. But even if you had your stops up here, you'll still be good, and it would have come back down and hit your TP again twice in a row. Um, so yeah, so that's basically what it looked like for that trade. But honestly, it was great. Smooth mood. I took down the TPT account as well, which is amazing. So we're looking to grow that. I'm also looking to get like an Alpha Futures account, you know, come in the beginning of the year, or maybe even on the 26th, 27th, something like that, when the market's open, and we're just gonna go fresh on that too. So most likely I'll have the TPT on here with just NQ only on this TPT, and then on the Alpha Futures account will be gold. So I'll get like 100k on Alpha Futures, 100k on TBT, and we still have the 100k FTMO that we're currently working on as well. So like I said, I'll give you guys understanding and keep you in the loop as well. Now, what I wanted to show you is like a different example of the strategy as well and how to implement it. As you can see here, it came far away from the point of interest, basically on the 1 minute. And what I look for again to re-enter, normally I'll just take one trade and that's it, because I even like the trade I took is more than enough, man. I've learned to just leave the markets. Plus, there's a consistency rule, 50% on TPT as well once you're trying to get account. Um, So like I said, well, I waited for here again, waited for like some sort of reaction to the point of interest. Like I said, I saw it was bouncing, it was very volatile at this time as well. So what I did was I was like, okay, it broke it, broke it, broke it, broke it, broke it. And then I entered here, right there. I saw it and break. It's breaking. I was like, okay, if it's gonna go down, it's going to break and then keep going down a little bit. I wasn't expecting the biggest retracement because I knew it was gonna start uptrend. Based on news, etc. I believe today there was not much, but it was, I knew it would be a bullish day overall, even on gold and stuff like that. Gold did sink quite a lot too, but I just thought today, end of year, markets closing early, there's gonna be some bullish sort of, traction. So that was my bias of the day anyway. So that's why I wanted to catch this short very, very quickly and then leave as quickly as possible as well. But yeah, so where I entered was basically here when it crossed. As soon as it crossed here, and entered right here, boom, 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 for this trade as well. But like I said, this trade I didn't take on the accounts, but I took it on like the paper side of TradingView. But I took this on the main account as well. Not sure if I can be able to show you on my TraderVate. I don't know. But like I say, if you haven't already, make sure you go follow me on Instagram and follow me on all social media platforms. What I do is I post all the screenshots. I show when I enter the trade and when I left the trade, so you guys can see that all in detail. I hope this video gave you a little bit of an insight into the strategy I'm currently working on. I'll keep you guys on the loop on how effective it is and how well it does. I want to be doing these type of videos daily, so you can just see exactly, or every time I trade, so you can see exactly what the journey is looking like. I want this to just be like more like a free flowing channel, not too not too hands on and not too just chill vibe, have an understanding of the markets, learn and grow as a community, as a group, and hopefully this video brought you some value. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.